Hello everyone, welcome to Nepal Tech. So today we'll be discussing regarding the issue that is faced on VirtualBox. Since while creating a VirtualBox, we create using the VB user and or any types of user other than root. So we'll be facing this error. Here you can see whenever we try to run any command with sudo, we can see that the user is not in the sudo or files. This incident will be reported. So this is the error status that it will be showing us whenever we try to use the sudo. So basically what we need to do is, so here you can see I have a VirtualBox created on my VM created on my VirtualBox. So let me start it and I'll be showing you the same error and how to fix it. So typically this is not the error, but some steps need to be provided before accessing to it. So basically let's wait for the server to get started, and here we can see the state of the Ubuntu server. So let's wait for it to start. Okay. Okay, so for this what we need to do is basically we need to switch to root user. We need to install the sudo at first. We need to add the unique user to the sudo or files. Then only we'll be able to access it or access the sudo command from any other user. So basically let's wait for it to start. And here is the same thing that I'll be doing here. So this is the screenshot, so I'll make it clear right at the start of the video. So this is what the error status looks like. So let's go back to here, and here we can see the Ubuntu machine is yet to start. So let's wait for the boot up. Okay, so this is my user, so this is not the administrator user or the root user. So let me enter with it. Okay, my password. Okay, so I have entered the password and looks like it's redirecting me to the server. So this might take some time since it's working on the VirtualBox. And so this is my Ubuntu server. So it is of version 22.04. So here you can see the status. This is my Ubuntu machine. It's uses 64-bit operating system, and the base memory I have allocated it with 2048 MB, which is equivalent to 2 gigs, and I have allocated 2 processors to it. And basically this is the thing, and also I have attached 25 GB of text to it. And so basically this is the thing. So I just wanted you to show that this is of my Ubuntu machine of version 22.04, and I have used this ISO file. This is for the Ubuntu desktop ISO file, and here you can see this is of 3.56 GB. So basically this is the thing that I'm currently using for running or starting this server here. And after starting the server, let me go to my terminal. After going to the terminal, so let's see, for example, I wanted to install Apache 2 web server. So for this I am writing the command and it's asking me the password. I entered the password. So here you can see Sekhar is not in the sudoers file. This incident will be reported. So for this what I need to do is I need to switch to root user. So for this I'll be switching to root user. So after entering the password for the root, still it shows that Sekhar is not in the sudoer files. This incident will be reported. So for this what I need to do is I need to switch to root user. After this it will be asking me for okay password, so I'll be entering the password. So instead of using this sudo su command, we need to use the su root command here. And after entering inside the root, so here you can see I'm entered as a root user. So for this let's see if it supports sudo command. So here you can see sudo su might. So let me clear it first. So I'm entered as a root user. So at first let me add this user Sekhar. So for this add user, my username is Sekhar, and I need to add it to the sudo group. So let me enter this. Here you can see adding user Sekhar to the group sudo, adding user Sekhar to group sudo, done. So finally we have added the user Sekhar to the sudo group. So I also need to provide the permission to it. So for this I'll be using 0400 permission on my /etc/sudoers file. So let me clear let me exit from the root user. Let me again exit it from here. Let me clear the screen and let me run sudo apt get install Apache 2 from my Sekhar user. So for this, it will be asking. So still it shows that Sekhar is not in the sudoers file. So this is basically the changes have not been taken place yet. So for this, I'll be rebooting or restarting my server. So for this might take some time. Let's wait for some time and let's run the sudo command and install the Apache 2 web server. So successfully we might install it. So this is the type of error that gets fixed after adding the user to the sudo group. So for that, whenever we try to run the command sudo root or sudo su to enter inside the root, this command might not work every time. So we need to always change the command to su root. So it will switch the user from any other user to the root user, and only we can access the sudoer privileges from any other user by adding it to the sudoers group. So basically that's the thing. So let's wait for the server to get started and we'll be seeing how these things work. So this is the case scenario. This is faced during the virtual machine or the in the virtual machine created using the VirtualBox. So VirtualBox is used for the virtualization. So within a same device, we can run two operating systems and run them independently as well. So this is the feature that is provided by virtualization. So we'll be also discussing regarding the virtualization and technologies on the other videos. So let's wait for some time. So here I can see the prompt has asked me for password. So let me enter the password here. After successfully entering the password, let me go to the terminal and let me run the same sudo apt-get install apache 2 command. And this time, hopefully, the command will be working as we had added the user seeker to the sudoers group. So basically, sudoer gives the high-level permissions. So let me clear. So here we can see to run a command as administrator user root use sudo. So for this we'll be requiring sudo. So let me clear this and let me again run sudo apt get install Apache 2, or basically we can write nginx any types of web server or anything we need to install using the sudo command. So let me enter the password and here you can see reading package list. So this will add nginx as my web server. So for this, let me go to my Firefox, and so Firefox is basically a web browser. You can use any types of web browser available on your system. So it's taking some time. So since this server is running virtually, so it's a bit slower compared to our host machine where the virtualization is done. So let's see the okay, on my local host CALHOST. So this is my local host, and on the local host, let's see what's running. So here we can see welcome to nginx page given here, and this is basically because I installed the nginx here. So if we want to run the Apache 2 web server on this system as well, we can easily do that. So for this, we need to remove the nginx, and we need to. So here we can see systemctl status. Okay, status nginx. So here we can see this is active and running. So let me remove this. So at first sudo apt get remove nginx star. So I'll be removing the file associated with nginx. I'll be parsing the nginx files once again. Then we'll install the Apache 2 web server, and I'll show you how we can switch from one web browser, web server, that is Apache or nginx to Apache or Apache to nginx. So this is a simple procedure that follows installation and removal of the installed files and the packages. So let me clear this, and again let me, this time I won't be removing, I'll be parsing the leftover files associated with nginx. So here we can see nothing to remove or something like that, or the if there are files that need to be removed, it will be removing the files. After this, I'll be updating the system. I'll be checking the localhost URL on my web browser. There, okay, sudo apt updat update will update my system. So before this, let me go here and let me refresh this. Here you can see unable to connect since there is no web server serving the web request. So for this, let me go back here, and after the successful updation, we'll also be checking the status of Nginx. While checking the status of Nginx, we can see sudo system tmctl status nginx. So here we can see unit Nginx service could not be found. This is because we have no Nginx installed. As we install the Nginx and remove all the files associated with it. So now I'll be installing. So I need to install sudo apt get install apsche apache 2 -y. So -y is the flag that I'm passing. Okay, let me go to my browser and let me refresh this once again. So still it's not showing anything here. So after the successful installation, okay, so here we can see there is a Apache 2 default page. So this is being shown after the installation of Apache 2 file, and as I have already mentioned in my earlier videos as well, the root directory for Apache or the Nginx will be var.whtml. So let me clear this and let me go to my systemctl status Apache 2. So this will show me the status of Apache 2. So for the same Apache 2, if you are using CentOS as your Linux distribution, so you will be installing the package with the name sttpd. So this is same for Apache 2 in our Ubuntu server. So let me clear this and let me go to my var www.html folder. Let me see here, there is an index.html file. So let me sudo nano index.html file. Let me change some content here. This is my default page. Okay, so let me save the file and let's go here and let me refresh. So here we can see this is my default page. So this is how the web server works. So this is basically the tutorial regarding the setup of user other user other than root user, and how we can add the user to the sudoers file, and we can start using sudo command with the specified username. So this is basically the thing for today. So thank you for taking your time and checking out this video. So I'll be coming up with the similar kinds of video. So please stay tuned and thank you for